So what's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Getting out here a little bit later than normal today. I'm moving kind of slow. Had a little case of food poisoning from where we went to lunch to yesterday. That's why I just like eating at home. I don't like going out really anymore because you don't know. I mean, I'd rather, if I get sick from something, I'd rather you get sick from me rather than, you know, some restaurant or something like that. But we have stuff to do today.
Good morning, Duckaroos.
We actually only got one egg from them yesterday. I don't know what that was about, but hopefully we get a couple more today. Want the breakfast? Okay. I think I'm gonna need your guys' help today moving the cows, and we'll wait till this these two big rigs go by. 3 big rigs, 4 big rigs. I don't know. There's traffic in the morning. It sucks to film right by the road, but that's where we are. I need your help today, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna move the cows across into this field now, where the ducks and geese are, because we're trying to get as much grass as we can before it goes completely dormant, which is like now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open these gates, get everything set up. And I normally have a bungee cord that goes from this gate to that gate, but somehow it's missing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you guys right here to act as a little bit of a block and hope the cows don't knock you over. And I'm gonna stand here and we'll call them through, alright? Hey, cows! Come on, cows, come on! Come on, cows!
There's a world that's hidden. There's a world that's unseen. There's a one I imagine, and that's a whole nother thing. There's a noise I can tune out. There's a song that I sing. There's a sound I create, and that's a whole nother thing. I got a mental TV and a soul radio, where I dance with Mozart and paint with Van Gogh. At the far end of the dial, heaven waits in the wing, in touch with my inner child. That's a whole nother thing. They tell us to grow up, and they tell us not to dream.
Alright, so for those of you that are counting, that was 20 cows and 2 llamas that just passed by. We have 22 head here. We have 22 head here, so what happened to the other 2? Well, got a little bit of a story. The last couple days have been a little bit interesting. Had my neighbors, my friends come over and take a look at Chocolate Chip. Chocolate Chip wasn't doing too well. He was the cow in the last couple videos to where he was just not moving with everybody else. He was just moving slow. The first day I thought he was sleepy, and then the second day he picked up, and the third, fourth day he started going down. So I had them take a look at him, and he said that he had worms and he wasn't doing too well. So I couldn't mess around anymore. I needed to get him into the corrals, and you know, they know what they're doing. They've been with cows for a long time. I completely trust them with them. They said that I needed to do something about him because he was looking pretty bad, and I agreed. That's why I called them and asked them to take a look. And he started getting the runs. I think that means he scoured, and he was moving really slow. So they went through and they looked at him. We wormed him with not the basic H soap. We tried that, and I think it still works, but I think that's what kept him up, because he was doing pretty bad. We gave him ivermectin. I know I'm gonna eat a little bit of crow right now, and we wormed him with the ivermectin. Something that I said that I didn't want to do. It's not something that I want to do, but it's something that I needed to do. And then we also, another thing that I didn't want to do, we gave him a shot. We gave him, it's called LA300. It's a broad spectrum antibiotic. We gave it to him twice. You know, you do it one time and then 3 days later you do it again. And I don't know if you guys saw him, but he walked on through. We got him out of the corrals. We did everything we needed to do with him. But he's on the upswing. He's doing a lot better now. It's not something that I wanted to do. Moving him every day helps a lot with keeping the parasites down, helps a lot with keeping a lot of stuff from happening, you know. But the reality is that the way I do things might not always be the best way for every animal, and he needed some help. I mean, if I didn't do anything about it, he would probably be on his way out right now. He would probably have died. But so I had to make a call, and I gave him the ivermectin, gave him the LA300. I talked to the people that we have that have put deposits for steers of ours. It's only a couple because I didn't want to sell all of them just wholesale. I want to part them out and be able to sell them everywhere. And I told them what we did. They have no problem with it. They said, you know, he's still young. He still's got a little over a year to go before he goes to freezer camp, so all of that should be out of his system big time. And then when they were going through the herd, they kind of looked at the different cows, and they said a lot of them needed to be wormed. I think it has a lot to do with the drought that we've been in. You know, I'm making them eat a little bit more, and they're eating closer to the ground. So as they're eating closer and closer to the ground, you know, they're more susceptible to different parasites. And Dolly, Skywalker's mama, she needed to get wormed too, because she was too young to have him. She had him when she was like 14 or 15 months old. She was just too young to have him, and you know, it's her first calf. She's still trying to gain weight herself. She's not even full grown. She's raised a 6-month-old calf now. Just about 2 days he'll be 6 months old. So we made the decision to where we just went through and we wormed the entire herd. We gave them all ivermectin, just to pour on, and they seem to be doing fine. I had to make the call just to do all of them because there were some of them that I could tell were getting a little bit thin, and then a lot of our heifers. They're looking big. They're looking big because they should be heading into their 3rd trimester of their pregnancy right now, and I didn't want them to go through their first birth and have to deal with worms and have to deal with, you know, finishing out, you know, growing a calf inside of them. So it's a call that I didn't want to do. Is it something that we're gonna do often? I'm gonna try not to. You know, I try and do things as natural as possible. I try to do things as, you know, to where we're putting the least amount of human-made stuff into them, because it's humans that mess everything up. So I had to make that call. It was the ivermectin and the LA300 just for cookie dough, but they all got the wormer. But in order to help Dolly a little bit more, we ended up weaning Skywalker, and he is back here. There he is right now. He's in the corrals right now. He's not by himself. He's with that little girl right there and Little Man. Little Man, that's his buddy. That's his adventure buddy. When, you know, they can both still get underneath the wire a little bit, so they'll go take off, and they'll be, they won't get more than 200 or 300 feet away from the herd, but that's his buddy. So Little Man is in here with him. Then you might ask about what this other calf is doing. Did we get another calf? Did we get another heifer? No, we didn't. This is my friend's calf that they helped with chocolate chip. They needed a place to wean two little calves. They sold the bull that they brought over, and now we got this little heifer here that gets to be friends with Little Man and Skywalker that's just didn't weaning. Little Man, he doesn't care about being away from the herd too much because he's been weaned for almost a year now, Skywalker, he put up a little bit of a fight to where he was like, okay, I want to go back with my mama. You know, they bawled for each other for a little bit, not too long, and but this little monster over here, where's she at? There she is, right there. Great looking little calf. This little monster would not shut up. She has not shut up for the last few nights. So maybe now I call her princess because she acts like one, and she seems to be fine. Huh? Oh, baby. Okay, yeah, you don't like me. She doesn't like me. So more to the story on a little bit. I'm gonna go get the cows' water all set up for them. So there's Chocolate Chip right now. That's him right there. And he's doing a lot better. He's back out with the herd. And you can see he's a little bit thin. He's a little bit thin, but he's doing all right. But like I said, not something I wanted to do, but in order to keep him around, we had to do something. Because what I was doing just wasn't working for him. So my way, it's not always the best way. It's the way that I believe that we should eat. It should be, you know, as far removed from chemicals as humanly possible. But I'm not gonna sacrifice an animal that I know is not gonna make it just to, you know, further my cause, further my beliefs. So when an animal needs a shot, they're gonna get it. But I keep track of all that. I have a whole system. I might do a video on that because it might help some people. About how I keep track of the animals when they're born, who their mom and dad are, who, you know, what I've done to them. Like for example, Daphne, when she had her mineral deficiency, I put that in her little file. So the main thing is that the genetics of Chocolate Chip, they just can't hold up to our system here. That being said, that's why he's a steer. That's why he's going to freezer camp in, we'll see, maybe about 18 months. If that was Jordan, our bull, that's a different story. We'd have to cut him. I'm not gonna let those genetics go through half the herd. So, hey, for a steer, he's all right. For a bull, that's why he's not our bull. That's why we got Jordan. He's doing great. And actually, this last batch of steers, not the one that came with Tiger, but the batch that we got, I think it was 8 of them. They're just not growing out the way that the others can, or others have been. They're just a little bit smaller, they're a little bit more slow growing, they're just a little bit thinner than every other member of the herd out here. So that tells me the guy that I got them from, I'm just not gonna get any more steers or heifers or anything from him because they're just not up to snuff. And I know a lot of you will say that, oh, the Longhorns are supposed to be skinnier and stuff. But when you look out at our herd, you look at Rose, you look at Ellie, you look at Betty, you look at Yoli, you look at Scarlet. I mean, they look like beef cattle. They're growing on like beef cattle to where they're big, they're strong, they're beefy. And you know, I don't see the difference. I did that video about how we compared sheep and Scarlet side by side, and they're only maybe a week or two apart. And they still look the same. They still look completely the same. Sheep she's a half Charolais, quarter Angus, and quarter Brahma. And I mean, you can't tell the difference in age at all. That last set of steers, I can. And like for example, Little Man, I mean, he is supposed to be coming up on a year old, and that little 6-month heifer of my neighbors, my friends, she's almost bigger than him. I want to say that he's almost a mini. Did we get sold a mini cow? Mini Longhorn? Maybe. Is it okay? Yeah, it's not a big deal. We might actually keep him for something else. Maybe like a little protection animal for some sheep if we get something along those lines. Especially since he doesn't really eat too much, and he's small. I think he's a mini Longhorn. But the weather this year has really impacted our farm. I mean, just impacted a lot about the way we do stuff here. Like this field that we're in, this is like our best field, especially in the springtime, early springtime. This thing is just loaded with clover. The problem is that this paddock here, this should at its peak, I've kept the cows in here 12 days. They might not be able to be in here for 2. And it's not like, you know, oh, 12 days and they're just in here. I mean, I did 12 different paddocks to where it's just a little strip grazing all the way around. But they're not, they might be in here. I'll be lucky to get 2 days out of this. So between no rain in the summer, barely any rain in the fall, and now we have our frost, which is like two weeks ahead of the usual, coming up here in the next couple days. It's just been a rough year with the weather, but just stuff that you have to deal with, stuff that you come to love, and it's why we need to make this farm better. We need to make this farm more resilient. Where we had the Indian grass, it helped us so much. The big, huge patch of Indian grass helped us so much in the summertime because they're able to delay so much more. I know most people around here on hay. We'll be on hay shortly, especially with this frost coming in. We'll be on hay shortly, and don't want to be. Wish that we could do even better than we did last year, but you just can't control the weather. The main thing is that I want to be as transparent as possible on this farm and tell you, okay, this is what we do, this is how we do it. You get to make your decision if you want to get food like this. I mean, that's the one thing that the whole industry is lacking, is that they just here's some beef in the freezer, here's some chicken at the grocery store, here's some pork, and we're not going to tell you how it's raised. You can't ask questions, you can't come visit the farm. That's why I think that's going to make us different, is because, hey, we said we were going to do one thing one way, things change because just the environment changes, and now you guys can make a decision and have all the info, and us just be as transparent as possible and show you everything that we do to the cows. And you can say, hey, is this beef healthier than the grocery store beef? Guaranteed, yeah. Is this beef exactly how you'd like it? That's up to you to make that decision, make that call. So main thing is just be as transparent as possible. I don't like the whole labels and stuff, because the lawyers get in there with the labels and tweak it and make it, because like organic's not what it used to be. Non-GMO is kind of still iffy, and it's just, this is how we do it. You can choose to get it from us or not. So that's the update for today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, ring the notification bell so you get notified when we put up new videos. Hit the like button because it really does help with the YouTube algorithm. Drop a comment if you like. Alright, till next time, see ya.